just going back to the Coriolis effect, if we can, for a second. I was having a very interesting debate with a famous glober, son of an astronaut. You may know him. And I was saying, there's no observed Earth-based Coriolis effect, as we all know. He said, "Oh, well, there is. How do you explain, hurricanes? The go-to glober, hurricanes and blah blah blah." I'm like, okay, well, if you think hurricanes is good enough evidence, then post your evidence. All right. So he posts something from thought.co, ironically named, which was going on about hurricanes and the Coriolis effect and whatnot, presupposing a sphere. And then I scrolled down where it actually has a definition of the Coriolis effect, and it was as reads: the Coriolis effect is an apparent effect, an illusion produced by a rotating frame of reference. So I just stopped there, even though it carries on to describe the Coriolis effect in more detail. I stopped there and I said to, Mr. Son of an Astronaut, so explain to me how your illusion, has, actual physical effects on weather systems. And that's when he proceeded to move me to a different room so I wouldn't embarrass him in front of the entire server. But yeah, that's the level of,
he quarantined
tactics
you.
we're dealing with.
Hold on. So let me get this straight. That was M. Scott Beach, right?
That would be correct.
So while they simultaneously tell me that I mute people and things of that nature, and Quantum Erasure is quick to point out when this comes up as a subject matter, that if I was to remove someone or mute someone that had an actual argument, there'd be something for me to defend. When it comes to Son of an Astronaut, sorry, my bad, lying Son of an Astronaut, M. Scott Veach, you present an actual argument based on a rebuttal that he's presented you, and you cite the reference specifically, and he removes you from the conversation, correct?
Yep, that is indeed what happened. He's moved me to a separate room. I thought I was still talking to everyone in the room, but then I checked on the Discord app and I was in a completely separate room with him. He's a moderator, so he obviously has these powers. And I was like, hang on, what the hell happened? Why am I talking to just you now? Is it because I looked through I actually looked at your link and read through it and found that it was completely destroying your very argument, your own proof. And he's like, no, you know how he talks all over you and he just talks really fast. That's what he proceeded to do.
Globus,
and then he left.
I know the exact citation you're talking about, because the same thing was dropped on me when I was having a debate about this with Kosho. And he dropped the same citation on. I know exactly what you mean. And Nathan, you can pull it up if you want, because I dropped it in Mass Debate.
Oh, really?
But yeah. And I destroyed him with it because it completely dismantled his argument, and it was done after that. And I've held on to it because it was so beautiful how he presented it to me, and I used it to destroy him. And it's funny that it's thought.co, and it's the same one that he presented to you. So that's pretty funny. That's why he moved you away from the room.
But when we have a winning argument...
well, we can always tell a man's character by the company that he hangs around.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Globus.
Ah, there he is.
No.
What's up,
that's
man?
Chocolate. The Chocolate, what were you talking about? Which argument or what you said you destroyed me?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Kosho, but you once declared that the rotating hurricanes were actually going in a straight line. They just appeared to rotate because we were on a rotating reference frame.
It's 100% true that the winds are going in a straight line.
And
there's no reason for them to travel.
I wasn't lying, guys.
No reason for them to travel in a circle on their own. So the Earth is rotating. But when they start off their travel, they're going north or south, depending on. So the high pressures are going to go towards the south.
Just say winds all go in straight line.
It's 100% true that the winds are going in a straight line.
Really?
Are we talking about hurricanes? Sorry, hold on. Let's just clarify with Kosho.
The direction that this wind is traveling. This specific wind is traveling south because of the pressures. This is why hurricanes happen in the first place.
Sorry, so the hurricane is an example. Sorry. Okay, we heard. So the hurricane is an example of Coriolis effect. The circling cyclonic nature of a hurricane, that would, according to you, be an example of Coriolis effect, because what appears to be moving in a curved path, or cyclonic path in this example, is actually travelling in a straight line. It just appears to go in a circle because we're rotating underneath it. So it is, according to you, an example of Coriolis effect, and cyclonic winds aren't cyclonic, they're actually travelling straight and only appear to take a curved trajectory because we spin underneath it. Is that correct, Kosho?
No, it's not correct.
Well, then it's not.
Start out
sorry.
They obviously
sorry.
end up
Sorry.
cyclonic.
How is this a demonstration of Coriolis effect then?
I'm answering the question, Nate, that you just asked.
Well, no, I asked
You
if
just asked it, and you
if
talked
they
over
travelled
the
in a
answer.
straight line, and you said yes, they do travel in a straight line. It does just appear because Earth spins underneath. I've just repeated that back to you, and now you're saying no. So are you engaged in double
Talking
speak
about the
or?
wind's force, the force of the wind, the mechanism that causes the wind to move, is going in a straight line.
What's that got to do
The
with
Earth's
Coriolis
curve,
effect?
The Earth turning is going to cause the cyclonic nature that you
No.
It's not caused by
No, that's
the
not Coriolis effect.
inherent-
That's not Coriolis effect, mate.
It is Coriolis effect.
No, Coriolis effect is an apparent deviation. So, if I may, I'll explain to you, but you'll interrupt me constantly, I don't doubt. What Coriolis effect is, you don't understand what Coriolis effect is. A cyclonic wind or water has an actual spin direction. Coriolis effect, however, is a not actual deviation, just an apparent deviation of something that travels straight. So unless this example has something travelling straight and only seeming to curve, this is not an example of Coriolis effect because we're dealing with actual spin directions as opposed to apparent deviation. So this isn't Coriolis. These winds aren't demonstrating Coriolis effect. If you're claiming they prove somehow the Earth has moved them, moved them into this cyclone, that's sod all to do with Coriolis effect. Now, it also presupposes that your rotating Earth is somehow moving them to move independently of the Earth by dragging them along and twisting them into cyclonic action. Again, sod all to do with Coriolis effect, Kosho. It seems clear you don't know what Coriolis effect is, because these winds aren't travelling straight.
100%.
And by his
Can I
own
ask a question?
citation,
That was
it's
just-
described as an illusion.
If not too long
Right,
ago,
Kosho?
showing
Can I
you
ask Kosho a
exactly
question?
what I'm talking about and demonstrating perfectly so that you don't have to be confused about it anymore. I know that you know about
It seems you're the one confused, Kosho.
Did you just
Your
add
citation
hummus?
says it's an illusion.
Sorry, did he just say I'm confused? Did he
Yeah.
just add hummus, Kosho? Yeah, I'd prefer you didn't add hummus, Kosho. We're not confused, but by demonstration of your declaration that the winds are travelling straight at the beginning of this conversation, you are confused. That's not an ad hominem attack. You don't understand that Coriolis is a not actual deviation, and you're saying Coriolis effect is exampled with something that has an actual spin direction. So you, Sunshine, you are confused about what Coriolis effect is and what examples it. Cyclonic winds do not example. Why are you interrupting me, Kosho? I'm just educating your dumbass.
I'm waiting for you to
Shut up!
You're repeating
Shut
yourself.
up, Kosho. Yeah, you've told us the winds are
what
travelling
do you mean
straight. Kosho, yeah, it's not like with M. Scott Veach. You can't just move me to another room because I'm going to humiliate you. The winds aren't travelling straight, dickhead. That makes you thick. Means you don't understand this. You'd need something travelling in a straight line and only seeming to curve to have a Coriolis observable from a spinning reference frame. So unless we're seeing these winds travel straight but only seeming to curve, this is not Coriolis. Now, when we asked you if this was a Coriolis example, you said yes. When we asked you if the winds were travelling straight, you said yes.
It's 100% true that the winds are going in a straight line.
Now, neither are true. This isn't a Coriolis effect example. Do you understand? Because so far your declarations are wrong. And that is an example of stupidity, Kosho. Okay, stupid? That would be you, by example. Not an ad hom, a demonstration of your stupidity. So until I'm finished berating how stupid you are, Kosho, saying these winds go straight, they don't. They're moving with actual spin directions. Until I'm finished berating your dumbass,
Nathan, you're just
having
talking
told me that I don't understand, and then interrupting me because he doesn't like being told off and demonstrated just how stupid that boy is. You're a stupid boy. You think the winds are going straight and demonstrating an apparent deviation.
It's 100% true that the winds are going in a straight line.
You're wrong, you stupid moron. So don't sit here interrupting me while I berate your dumbass. Don't tell me that we don't understand this effect we can easily articulate over and over again whilst berating idiots like you. So you don't need to interrupt me. I'm educating your dumbass. Shut up, Kosho. You don't understand what Coriolis effect is, you dumb boy. Do you hear me, Dumbo?
There you go. I was
As
waiting for
your
you to
own
finish.
citation destroys you.
But so I posted this.
Can I ask
Go on, Kosho. Have the mic. He's thinking it's his turn to talk. You should be sitting in silence and listening to those more intelligent than you, Kosho. As before, Chocolate's now going to explain how your own citation destroys your own stupidity. You get it? Go ahead, Chocolate. Let him have it.
Yeah, Kosho. Unfortunately, your own citation that you gave me a long time ago goes as such. Coriolis effect is an apparent effect, an illusion produced by a rotating frame of reference. This type of effect is also known as a fictitious force or an inertial force. The Coriolis effect occurs when an object moving along a straight path is viewed from a non-fixed frame of reference. Typically, the moving frame of reference is the Earth, which rotates at a fixed speed. When you view an object in the air that is following a straight path, the object will appear to lose its course because of the rotation of the Earth.
That's right.
Right.
So when you're looking at this,
it's an illusion. So please tell us how an illusion.
Speak for 10 seconds.
Kosho, we're not waiting on bated breath for you. Kosho, shut up. Kosho, Dumbo, you're causing a disturbance, Kosho. He hadn't finished. Yet the one more smart than you, the one that understands Coriolis effect, unlike you because you're dumb, has got a question that might educate you in this regard. We weren't waiting on bated breath for your dumbass to pipe up. He's now got a point that will follow that. We're not waiting for you to talk. Go ahead, Chocolate. Tell this dumb, stupid idiot where he's going wrong, because he doesn't seem to comprehend the actual listening bit. Just thinks it's his turn to talk all the time. No, we're telling your dumb ass off, stupid boy. Sit down, shut up and listen, or piss off. Go ahead, Chocolate.
Why would I have a conversation with
Shut up! Are you fucking... Right, Kosho, I'm going to mute you now, you dumb fuck. You've already demonstrated just how stupid you are here. Now we're explaining to an audience this is more than just you here, stupid idiot. So it's not your continual time to hog the mic with your dumb assertions that the winds are travelling straight.
It's 100% true that the winds are going in a straight line.
And only appearing to deviate while simultaneously telling us it's actually non-Coriolis, Earth dragging them into cyclones. You're talking nonsense, boy. Now other people smarter than you who understand Coriolis are going to talk. Not you. It's the 4th time I've told you, dumbass, to sit down and shut the fuck up. Go ahead, Chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, I just have a question. How do you think, and something described by your own very citation as an illusion can cause an actual storm with actual winds actually rotating? Go ahead,
He actually left as soon as he got muted. So
oh, did he run away? So unless he disturbs every single word that's put to him and every demolishment of his stupid, dumb, idiot assertion that we've got winds travelling in a straight line, unless he can disturb every word of it, he's not going to tolerate that coming through. What am I going to do? Sit here and let him disturb the concise, actual rebuttal to his nonsense assertion? I've got to tolerate him talking through that non-stop, have I? No, at some point I've got to take control and shut him up. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be removed from the conversation. I'm not going to do M. Scott Veitch's trick and move him to a completely different room, but I'm not going to tolerate him interrupting, Chocolate summarising how and why he's wrong. But that's what he wants. And if he doesn't get it, he's not prepared to be here because he's a coward little bitch that will not tolerate somebody demolishing his nonsense.